Hello guys and welcome to another video. Today I am doing a commentary over the gameplay you see in front of you, which is a game of Rush on Naval Peak as the defending team. I am using the Scar L, I think it is, Scar L for the engineer. I'm running with a RDS, heavy barrel and foregrip, I think. So this is my defensive gameplay. I've got a few topics to talk about today. One of them is Battlefield 4 and the other is Spin Tires game. I'm going to start off with Spin Tires. I think on Tuesday, well I uploaded it on Monday, but it was meant to be Tuesday's video, was a review of a game called Spin Tires. Now Spin Tires is a driving simulator which is under development, or under funding for development I should say. I did a video on it about 2 days ago where I basically reviewed what it was going to be like. I reviewed the physics of the game, where the dirt moves, the suspension actually moves and the wheels bob. The wheels gain and lose the dirt depending on what environment you're driving around in. So if you're driving around in like dirt, your wheels would build up dirt, and if you're driving in the water, it will clear the dirt off your tyres. This driving simulator has got a lot of promise, I think. It's currently, last time I checked, it was at £38,000 of its funding out of its £40,000 that it needs. The more they get, the more they can add. So like £50,000, I think they're adding a co-op multiplayer to the game. The game developers want to drive it in a way, or in a direction of where they want it to be a game like Euro Truck Simulator, where you have missions and objectives to deliver certain things to certain points. They want to be able to add those types of features. So you drive, say you're in the rush, you've got a truck, you drive it up to a lumber yard, you load it with logs, and then you have to drive it to some remote place. So you're going to be on road, then off road, and then you're going to pick up your stuff, back off road, on the road, and then back off road again to drop them off. And the physics of the game are all going to be as realistic as they can possibly make it. It's designed to run on the PC. It's only got a 1.5 GHz processor, 512 meg of RAM, and a DirectX 9 video card, which I believe some onboard video cards use nowadays. So the game is designed to run on a wide variety of PCs, so don't think your PC might not be able to run it. I think some laptops can probably run this game at relatively decent settings. I mean, there are a few settings you can customize. The game, as I said, is in really early development, so there's not many features, and there are a few bugs, but hopefully they'll be ironed out for the full release, which they hope is sometime in 2014. They estimate January 2014 if they get all the funding they need and the backing they need. Once again, I'll leave a link to the video on screen, and I'll also leave some annotations and some links in the description to the Kickstarter pages and the development page. That is the company also backing Spin Tires. Next topic, I think I'm going to talk about the prospects of Battlefield 4 and what I want in it. But first of all, Battlefield 4 beta access will be available to Battlefield 3 Premium members. This has been confirmed, because if you look in your Origin, if you've got Battlefield 3 Premium, you will see the Battlefield 4 beta grayed out because it's not yet released. You'll get it if you pre-ordered Medal of Honor Warfighter, and finally you will also get it if you pre-ordered Battlefield 4 itself from either Battlelog or Origin. There are the 3 ways to get into Battlefield 4 beta. So if you haven't got access to the Battlefield 4 beta, I'd recommend just, if you only want Battlefield 4, pre-order Battlefield 4. But if you've got any of those 3, you're going to be in the beta, which is going to be awesome. I hope there's a lot more destructibility of the maps. Say, I know Naval Antique's got some of the better destruction, as in the building I'm stood next to now, where I just died. That building can be completely leveled. I've got about 5 kills at once doing that. Just being an engineer, launching s'mores into that building from being the attacking team. Just hit and hit and hit in that building, and then it collapses and it kills the defenders. And that point where they can defend is now gone. They can't defend from there at that building anymore. The same with the next base. The next base, there is that 2-story building. The same, if you demolish that building, they have nowhere to shoot you from the BM-com, so they can't camp there. And once again, I've got about 4 kills destroying that building. So it's really, really worth taking out those buildings. If you're having trouble getting MCOM A and MCOM B, no, MCOM A in this space, and then MCOM be in the next base, take out any building that can be destroyed. Just do it. You'll be a lot better off for it. So in Battlefield 4, I want to see like 4-story buildings. Like, let's snipe on top of that building, take it out. Like the Back to Karkan map pack. Some of those buildings in there, I want to be able to just take down, which would be awesome. But then again, you'd have to be careful with what kind of PC you're running on. So I'm not too sure, but I do want to see a lot more destructibility of the maps. Maybe see that container like hit with a small and it just demolishes the container. Something like that, I don't know. Or maybe anything and everything in the map can be demolished. Like Bad Company 2 had awesome destruction where you blew up a building, it would change how the defenders or the attackers of MCOMs or how the map played, if you know what I mean. So the map would feel different. Like halfway through, a huge destruction of the main building in a map would topple over, killing people perhaps, and changing how you'd have to change your playstyle to fit the new environment. That would be awesome to see in Battlefield 4, and possibly, I'm not sure if this will ever be implemented to any game, any first-person shooter, but I'd like to see like naval warfare and the chance to actually to sink the ships. So you have like your main aircraft carrier and a couple of defending battle cruisers and destroyers. I want to be able to sink some of those ships. So say you're at war. Say you've got one enemy fleet and another one. I want you to be able to attack those fleets and say take out the defending destroyers and the cruisers, and then the aircraft carrier will be your final point to sink to win the game mode. That would be an awesome game mode, I think. So where you'd have perhaps a submarine, where your defending jets and helicopters would have to take the enemy subs out with depth charges and torpedoes or something like that. That would be awesome. I would love to see that in Battlefield. That would make the Battlefield 4 for me that kind of warfare. So naval warfare with the ability to take out enemy vessels, which will lower the ticket count perhaps, and then win the game. I don't know. Like aircraft carrier would be worth like 200 tickets or 100 tickets. And then the destroyers will be worth like 10 or 20 tickets, etc., etc., right down until you get to your main vessel, which should be the aircraft carrier, because that's obviously launching your defending jets. But you won't be able to get to the aircraft carrier until you get past the destroyers, then the cruisers, and then the carrier. I would love to see that sort of warfare or game mode. That'd be flipping awesome. Another thing I want to say about is on maps where you have the ability, or you have a Vodnik or a Jeep, like the one we have here, we've just taken from their team. They can be really devastating if you know how to use them. If you're attacking this base, if you drive the Jeep up to next to this MCOM, looking in the window, you get the driver to go arm it, and then you sit in the gunner seat. And if you sit there, most of the defending team will just run into that MCOM and try to defuse it, and then you can gun them down with the main gun on that Humvee. Even if you're getting attacked, if you get one guy to just repair you, you can do some damage. And if you're having real problems defending it, what you can do, you can put a grenade like a foot away from the actual Humvee itself, and that will knock the doors off the Humvee. With the Vodnik, however, you can to kill the driver, you can shoot through the windows, but the gunner's in the back. So if you put a grenade underneath the back of the Vodnik, it will actually blow off the back doors, then allowing you to shoot the guy inside of it. As I said, you can knock the doors off the Humvee, you can knock the back off the Vodnik, and you can shoot through the windows of the Vodnik. On the Humvee, which is this one here, you cannot do that. You cannot shoot through the windows. That's a little tip I got from another YouTuber. I would like to make sure more people know this. Anyway, this game is slowly coming to a close. I think I went 16-2 at the end, even though I only died once, so I don't know where the other death came from. If you'd like to elaborate on where the other death came from, because I've watched this over a few times and I haven't seen it. So there's some Battlefield 3 tips, and my wishes for Battlefield 4. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.